Red dot sights. Are they worth it? And should you mount one on your rifle or pistol? Let's get into it. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Show Me Firearms, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about red dot sights and whether or not it's really worth it to mount one up on your rifle or your pistol. Let's kick things off by talking about some of the pretty cool things that red dots do for you that you just don't get with iron sights. Red dots are going to allow you to acquire your target more quickly than you typically can do with traditional iron sights. The big reason for this is that you're not having to try to align your front sight post within your rear sight aperture. For me personally, that takes precious time when I'm trying to get a good sight picture very quickly. It takes time to align your front and your rear sight perfectly. You don't have to worry about any of that with a red dot. All you need to do is simply place that dot on top of your target and you're good to go. So for this reason alone, not having to align two different objects within one another, that's going to really help you get a good sight picture much more quickly with a red dot. Red dots also typically won't cover up as much of your target as, say, iron sights would. Let's say you're shooting a target that's pretty far away or that's very, very small. There's a good chance that your front sight post with iron sights may cover up that target and completely obscure it, making it pretty tough to get accurate shots on that target. With a red dot though, you're not going to be covering up as much of that target. This is going to vary, of course, depending on what kind of red dot you happen to be running. If you have a 6 MOA dot or a 3 MOA dot or even a 1 MOA dot. The smaller that MOA number, the smaller your dot's going to be and the less of the target is going to be obscured by that red dot. So generally, the smaller your MOA number, the more accurate you can be with a red dot sight. Red dots can also greatly enhance your accuracy, mainly because your red dot and your target are going to be on the same focal plane. For example, let's say you're running iron sights on a pistol. You're going to be focused on your front sight post, which is pretty close to your eye. And then you're going to try to take that sight picture and put it on top of a target that's way off in the background. Because you're focused on something that's close by and your target is far away, of course, your target is going to be completely blurry because you're focused up here and not out there. Red dots completely eliminate this problem that iron sights have with your sights and your target being on two completely different focal planes. Because with a red dot, you're going to focus on your target, the thing you're trying to shoot, and simply place that dot on top of your target. Red dots are also great for low light situations since by their very nature, they're illuminated. Now of course you can run night sights on a pistol, but it's still not going to be quite as brightly illuminated as a red dot, and it's still going to be more difficult to get a good sight picture in low light conditions. Now if you're running a red dot on your rifle or a pistol and you're also going to be using night vision, you have to make sure that your red dot sight has a night vision mode, because if it doesn't have a night vision mode, that red dot is going to be way too bright for your night vision and it will just be completely blown out. So make sure that your red dot has a night vision mode if you're going to be using it in conjunction with a night vision system. Red dots are also great for cross-eye dominant shooters such as myself. Now, I did a video a while back on how to deal with being cross-eye dominant when you're trying to manipulate a rifle or a pistol, so be sure to check that out if you want to learn more. But to put it briefly into this video, red dots help me out exponentially since I'm able to focus on my target and not my front sight post. With being cross-eye dominant, I need to hold my pistol in my right hand because that is my dominant hand and I need to manipulate my trigger with my right hand. But my left eye is my dominant eye, meaning that my brain takes more visual information from my left eye than it does from my right eye. So there's a mismatch here. The gun is on my right side, but my good eye is on my left side. So when I go to present a pistol with iron sights, it's just really, really awkward because I'm trying to pull visual processing from my left eye with the pistol being over here. So I gotta turn my head to the right so that my dominant eye comes into alignment with my sights. That helps, but it still makes it very difficult to get a good sight picture. Having a red dot completely eliminates this, since I'm able to focus on my target and not on my front sight post. Now all this makes red dots sound pretty darn good, right? And you might be thinking, well heck yeah, this is great. Why would I not go out and buy one immediately? Well, like any other piece of technology, red dots can and do fail. For example, you've got a big piece of glass right here on that red dot. That glass can break. If you accidentally drop your pistol or something else happens, that glass can just shatter. Your red dot is no more. Now, most red dots out there also run on batteries. There are a few out there that are powered with little solar panels, but the majority of sights out there are powered by batteries. Batteries can and do fail, of course. They get weak, they drain, and they can just fail you at the worst possible moment. Red dots can also lose their zero because, like any other sight out there, they need to be properly zeroed in order to get good shots on target. And like any other sight out there, any other piece of technology, they can lose that zero, meaning that you're not going to be able to hit anything. Now, to answer the question, should you run a red dot on your pistols and your rifles? My opinion is that you should absolutely run a red dot on your pistols and your rifles. Because if there's a tool out there that can help you or give you an advantage, why would you not use that tool? Use the tool to your advantage and it can really up your shooting game. Now, while you should absolutely run a red dot on your pistols and your rifles, this does come with a caveat. Don't become too reliant on the technology. Don't let the red dot become a crutch. Because like we talked about, red dots can and do fail. So you should always, always, always have iron sights as a backup to your red dot, and you should still absolutely train and be proficient with using those iron sights. Because unlike a red dot, your iron sights don't have batteries in them, they don't have glass that can break, they don't have any of that nonsense. Iron sights are always going to be there for you unless they get shot off or something crazy like that, but your iron sights are always going to be there for you, so make sure you have them as a backup to your red dot. Now, on a pistol, you want to make sure that your backup iron sights co-witness with your red dot sights. I don't have a perfect example yet on my Glock 17 here because I just recently put this red dot on here and not yet purchased raised iron sights. But what I need to do, what I'm planning on doing, is getting suppressor height iron sights that will sit up higher than the stock Glock sights, and they will co-witness with my red dot. What co-witnessing means is that I'll be able to look straight down my rear sight aperture, straight through the glass on my red dot, and still be able to pick up my front sight post. So that way, if I'm out there shooting, all of a sudden my red dot goes out on me, I can keep shooting without missing a beat because I can just look straight through that red dot sight and still pick up my iron sights. Now, you have a couple different options for how to mount up backup iron sights on a rifle. So on my AR here, I decided to go with flip up iron sights. So if I'm shooting, my red dot fails me, all I need to do is press two buttons and my iron sights flip up into position and they co-witness with my red dot. So I can continue shooting without missing a beat. Another option you have for mounting iron sights on a rifle is you can get offset mounts. What that means is that you'll have a mount that will clamp onto your rail on top of the gun, and it will be offset at about a 45-degree angle, and you can mount your iron sights there. So what you'll do, you're shooting, red dot fails you, all you need to do, cant your rifle at an angle like that, and that will bring your iron sights into alignment, and you'll be able to stay in the fight without missing a beat. Well, there you have it, guys. That's my thoughts on running red dots on your pistols and your rifles. Again, I think that they're great tools. You should absolutely use them to your advantage, but again, don't become too reliant on technology. Don't let it become a crutch. Always train, always be proficient with those iron sights, always have them as a backup, so that way when the technology does fail you, you won't be out of the fight and you won't even miss a beat. Thanks so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, show me them firearms.
What a way to set up a monster mower, am I right?
So much freedom!